4, 5, 6. Okay, hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi, hi. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing good. Oh, he's already here. I have a plan for him this time. I'm gonna put him on the leash, but at the other door, the closet door. This way, he can't destroy my things, even though I already cleared the way for it. But this is a general read. It's just like to pick a card, but there's no picks. It's just an option. There's only one option. We see what comes out. I don't know. What is your subconscious trying to tell you? Okay. So I'm gonna try to be decent with my shuffle. What? Lay down. Be good. He knows what that means. Okay. He might be a dog, but he's more than that. Please lay down. Why do you get so excited? I swear. He feels the energy. He knows I got a camera on. Come on. Whoa. He fell. Come on. Go lay down. Alright, I get the leash. We're done. I'm just gonna start leashing him up in advance. He'll get the point. Don't worry, there's a treat involved for this. Hold on. Let me give him a treat. Let be good, okay? There's your treat. Okay. If this goes well, I'm gonna put his bed in the kitchen. Okay, so yeah, the shuffle only takes like 5 minutes with this. Now that I got the dog out of my way, it shouldn't take me long. My phone is dead, so I need to charge it. I haven't been getting in chat lately, and plus now my phone is dead, so it'll happen again one day. I'm curious how he will ruin this, because I know he's gonna find a way. I'm hoping he doesn't get loud, because that's the whole reason I don't put him outside. He doesn't really get loud in the day, but I feel like he would at night. He gets, all alerted. He gets all on alert. Alert in the yard. What am I watching? I don't know how that on. Put something on. It's called Outlawed. Oh, take it. This is when I think he's gonna Houdini. All of a sudden, he's just gonna pop out and be right here with no collar on. He's gonna slip out of his collar. I don't know. He's a crafty one. Whoa, 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 no. I don't want to. Oh, God. He's bucking around. He thinks he could take the door down, I'm sure. He cannot. Okay, no, he cannot. He's a strong dog, but he ain't that strong. Oh, the dog card. Huh, how funny. Okay. I need to get him a harness. That way, when I go for walks, he can't get out of his collar. He's in there drinking his water, whimpering. Takes a little swig. I figured this would be better. He's by his, his kibble. I gave him the long leash. We got plenty of room to get in trouble. This reading should only be about 20 minutes, really. But he's the reason why I decided to cut it down to one reading. And no more pick a pile, or pick a cards. I don't know. He's too much right now. He needs more training. Okay. And his doesn't. I have to train him slow over time. Messages from your subconscious. Vinegar? I hate that card. I don't know why I don't like that card. Vinegar. Ugh, I hate vinegar. I don't know. Like cleaning with vinegar, it always fucks with my lungs. Ugh. I hate vinegar, I hate bleach, I hate all of those chemicals. I like just soap and water, man. Maybe some Mr. Clean. Right. Mr. Clean's not so bad. Vinegar is terrible. Ugh, I feel like I'm breathing in a fume. Okay, that is the last card, and we are about to get started. Okay. Let's see. So, messages from your subconscious. How this works is basically I'm going to connect to your subconscious and tell you what I see. Okay? I see nothing calling out to me. We'll see what the first card is. It says strength. Okay, so maybe you're not someone who likes to have somebody like read your mind or like get up in your thoughts. Either way, point is that you're holding back from something. There's follow the leader. Okay, you might be someone who's more of a leader and you don't really follow people. Okay, this is what your subconscious is pulling out. I don't know, your toughness. I don't know, you need to follow someone's lead right now or something like this. And you're not really necessarily used to doing that. Oh, a new romantic cycle begins. Oh, this is getting me excited. Oh, my dog's even getting excited. He hears me getting excited, he starts getting excited. Everybody's getting excited right now. Okay, the dog card, 10 of Cups. Okay? You have someone you like and you're holding back from them. Or someone is holding back from you. So I feel like this could go either way. It could be a 50-50 split. So I guess you just gotta take your positioning. Okay? The Starborn Vinegar. It's about being like bitter and reddening and having a temper. Okay? So I feel like this person holds back, whoever they are. Alright? It could be you. Alright? But this person holds back too much. And they hide that they have a temper. And they hide that they're kind of bitter about things. And your commitment is being tested. I feel like they're very they're good to commit to. They're very loyal. They don't cheat on you. They won't cheat on you. Cheerfulness. I feel like they'll always be trying to make you happy, whoever they are. But they like test your commitment, or they test their people, whoever they're dating. They test their commitments, something like this. But this is mostly about someone that you've tried to start a romantic cycle with, like a new one that's coming. All right, but I feel like your subconscious is trying to maybe tell you not to do the same thing you did last time. Don't be so closed off. I feel like don't hide that you have a temper. Maybe express your bitterness around people with the vinegar over there. I feel like with the Starborn, it's saying basically like, let yourself out a little bit more. Let your personality shine, even if you have a temper. And I feel like hiding who you are, or what you are, hiding that stuff doesn't really help you. Okay, we have the glamour card. This is more about hiding away. Oh, and destiny. So I feel like you might not like to go out much. But overall, I feel like with it saying that there's a new romantic cycle beginning, okay, I'm seeing now it's more as you. You're the viewer is the person I'm talking about. But either way, because that's how I'm starting to word it. But either way, so basically, you hold back too much. Follow the leader. You need to take someone else's lead. But your commitment, I feel like you're testing someone's commitment. I feel like, but you're only doing it subconsciously because you have some type of insecurity. Ah, the riddle. I'm saying I really don't know what your insecurity necessarily is. All of this is a riddle right now. Right? It's a riddle to be solved. Okay, you're maybe people see you as kind of a riddle. That's what I say because you don't really show much of yourself, the starborn. I feel like you don't really let yourself out the box, so to speak. You don't let your personality shine. Follow the leader. I don't know. You're too tough. You're too guarded. Something like this. Okay, but you're starting a new romantic cycle, and this is basically what it like. It's on the precipice, or it's already began, something like that, and this is how it's gonna play out. So it's like not. It's gonna work out just like the same as anyone else, but it's because I feel like there's a stubbornness to this. You can't be stubborn with this person. I don't know. You got to be open with this person. I feel like this person wants. This is something. This new romantic cycle. You're gonna have to open up to them. You're gonna have. They're gonna end up seeing you mad one day. The fuck. I feel like people get mad all the damn time. Either way, making a choice. So it's like you have to choose either to follow the same patterns and stay closed off, or you could make a new choice. This is kind of almost like going back on like on a vow or something. Like this is like if you broke up with somebody and you said you would never go, like not somebody, like anyone you've ever broken up with, like you have a vow that you'll never go back to them or something. And it's like you got to make a choice. Like I think, and it's suggesting that you don't go with what you normally do. So like if you normally, like kind of like the strength card, I feel like close off with people when you start to try to get them known. Like say it's a date, a new romantic cycle. I feel like this could be any new romantic cycle in your histories. I feel like if you hide away too much and push those people into commitment tests, I feel like even too soon. Alright, I feel like you do this when you like somebody. And I feel like but you might be doing it all subconsciously. And I feel like it all stems from a insecurity that you have. I want to say maybe I don't want to say it's not even a trust issue. I don't know. I feel like either way, you need to follow this person's lead. I don't know. They help make you make the choice. Something like this. You have a choice to make, is what your subconscious is saying. And I feel like the answer is go with what you don't normally do. You know what I mean? Don't be so tough. Alright? 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this is golden. You can't lose with this. I don't know. Opening up. I feel like being who you are, you can never lose with that because that's who you are. I don't know. I feel like you're probably nothing to be ashamed of. I feel like you should see some of these people that I see out here in this world. Dear Lord, they should be so ashamed of themselves. Alright? So it's like I highly doubt, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You have I feel like, okay, because there's the father card. I feel like you might have some type of masculinity injury or something like this. Okay? If you're a woman, it's like not a daddy issue, but I feel like just a man issue. You're too independent. You're too tough. Okay, you gotta kind of soften up, open up. You know what I mean? Do a little bit differently. And I feel like, and if you have a temper, don't hide this. I don't know. I feel like whoever it is you're gonna date doesn't see you as having any reasons to have any insecurities. So as I say, I feel like the person you might meet, maybe you got a choice between two different people. If that's the case, one of them accepts you and one of them doesn't. One of them's a good choice and one of them isn't. Alright, but 10 of Pentacles. Alright, it's a story. Shush, shush, shush. Okay, it's a story overall. So I feel like you might have someone new that you're trying to date, and then maybe someone old you want to date. And like, if you want to date the person from the past, I feel like the only reason you're not is because you basically said you wouldn't, and you're not going back on that. That's like the only reason. Or so you're like starting new romantic cycles, or you're on the precipice of starting one, or you're looking for one, or you just began one, something like this. But I feel like you still think about the other person. You feel like they're a bad choice. You shouldn't go back, but you want to. It's just simple, but you don't want to make the wrong choice. I feel like you think too much, and I feel like you end up making no choice. The choices get made for you. I feel like you wait too long, you hold off too long, you do something wrong, alright? But not really. I mean, maybe. I really don't know. I feel like there's no wrong moves in life, in real reality. But there's just setbacks. I don't know. But overall, with the red knee card, I feel like a lot of this bothers you. I feel like it bothers you. Maybe you don't have closure from that last person. And maybe if you feel like if you had closure, like you could start new romantic cycles without feeling like you want to close that door, basically. I feel like these are your thoughts. Your subconscious is like trying to help you make your choice. I feel like it's your subconscious alone is what's keeping. I feel like the book is like being kept open. I feel like it's your subconscious keeping it open. You're the one who's looking for new dates. Do you know what I mean? Not your subconscious. The reason why you think on people when you're not trying to, it's because your subconscious is doing it and is bleeding off. Something like this. Either way, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like your subconscious is saying that you should go back. Like that story's not done. That shit's not over, or you don't have closure. Something. And I feel like it's saying that it's got sabotaged because of your strength card over here. And follow the leader. I feel like you're too, like, you're the leader. You don't want to be told what to do and things like this. Maybe this person challenged you. I feel like naturally, in reddening, it might have bothered you. I feel like this person might be the one that breaks you out of your shell. I feel like maybe that's the person that would accept you because that's who we're looking for. Because basically, that's the bottom line here. I feel like one of them's gonna accept you, one of them's gonna reject you, essentially. And when someone rejects you and they still want to be with you for whatever reasons, they try to change you. Okay, that's when like abusive tactics roll out. Okay, either way, we got the King of Wands. Okay, I feel like this is the attractions here. I like you. So I feel like you might think that you only want to go back to that person because you're just like sexually attracted to them or something. Like maybe like you're missing the sex and you're like, God, I want to. I feel like your subconscious is maybe saying that that's part of it. I don't think that's all of it. With the I like you card, I feel like you like this person. If you like that person, then there's something there for you. You should go back. The riddle card. I don't know. It's just this is quite a predicament. All right. I feel like you might not be dating anybody because you don't know if you want to go back, or maybe you're about to date someone and you're putting them on. You're kind of putting them aside because you don't know if you want to go back. And I feel like don't go back unless you're ready to follow their lead. I feel like this person. I feel like you just follow this person's lead and you don't treat them like you normally treat your person. I don't know. Do things opposite. And I feel like even if you make mistakes with them, I feel like, I don't know. I really don't know. Eight of Pentacles, though. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe you just sit around working all day. You don't do anything. You just work and everything's balanced. I feel like you don't want to make any moves. Maybe you have someone you want to go and try out, but then you start thinking about this past person. And I feel like it's for a reason. Y'all's book is like open, and I feel like, but it's your subconscious keeping it open. Your commitment is being tested. I feel like you tested this person. I feel like they probably pulled out the strength card on you. This is like somebody, like I'm picturing like a King of Swords right now. But overall, I feel like the dog card, I feel like, and cheerfulness, I feel like whoever this past person was, I feel like they didn't like the way you were treating them. This is like somebody, I feel like with that dog card, I feel like they gave you all of 10 of 10 cups. And I feel like the King of Wands, I feel like they gave you some good sex too, or you're at least highly attracted to them. You know what I mean? And I like you, and I feel like, and they liked you, and I feel like, but because you sat around testing them or something, it ended up maybe sabotaging the relationship, or maybe you didn't make any moves on them at all, and they were making all the moves, and this made you feel some type of way. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know. I feel like if you're still thinking on that person, there's something to be had there. You at least need to talk to them. I feel like you want to be with that person. Resilient. It's almost like you're trying not to be with them, but yeah, you want to be. Stay as strong as the evergreen trees. Like you're trying to like avoid this person. You're trying, like you think of them, you try not to. I feel like if you start thinking of them, that you might go browsing dating apps and trying to find someone to go talk to like distract you or something type of vibe. Like you don't want to think on this person. And I honestly feel like it's just because you're being stubborn. I don't know. The key card. I feel like, oh no, you just sit around working. I feel like being Mr. Tough Stuff or Mrs. Tough Stuff or Mrs. Independent, Mr. and Mrs. Independence over here. But the, it's blocking you. You're not having any romantic cycles. And I feel like all it was because you had insecurities and you pushed them off onto that past person. And I feel like, and once you know that it was your insecurities that caused the issues in the relationship, like that was what stemmed all of any issues y'all had, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like you want to have another crack at it probably because you want to go at it with like not letting that like get in the way, seeing if it changes anything. And I feel like you might end up dating somebody else and applying this to that. But like I said, there's a choice to be made. Making a choice, you don't know if you should go back and talk to them. Waiting, that's what I say. You've been just sitting around waiting. And I feel like it's almost like you're waiting for something to just fall into your lap. Like a new romantic cycle is just gonna fall in your lap, and then you're just gonna follow that. You won't have to worry about this past person. Maybe later, you'll think about them. Like after this, like you're looking for a distraction. It's almost like someone looking for a rebound. And it's like the only reason they're looking for a rebound is because they're being stubborn. They don't want to go back and like fix problems, like take accountabilities and things like this with a past person. And it's only because they sworn off that they would never do such a thing. They'll never go back to anybody. They don't go back to their exes or something like this. And I feel like, and you can wait around forever. I feel like, I don't know. Even if you go looking, I guess it's gonna hold you back. You're still gonna think on this person before you make any new romantic cycles. This person, this door is always gonna be open and bothering you. I don't know, and your dates might pick up on them and think that you're dating somebody else. I feel like because maybe they'll be on your mind. As I say, I don't know. That door's open. I feel like between the two of you, that means the other person wants to talk to you too. I feel like that door shuts. All right. If someone wants it shut, it fucking shuts, and that's called cutting them off, a cord cutting, all these crazy things. And I feel like if that hasn't happened, then it's because both people still want to talk. Both people are still having that door open, basically. So you either have to shut that door and move on, or you have to go and get that door shut. It's I don't know. See if it shuts or stays open. And like you have to make a commitment to finding someone new or to going back and seeing if anything could happen with that last person. Healing heart. Okay, all of this is not time unwell spent, if that makes sense. Yeah, all of this is time well spent. Any alone time spent is good time spent. It's personal time. It's time for you to reflect on yourself. Like I said, this ends up exposing certain things about you and insecurities that you probably didn't know you have, or you didn't still think you have, or you, like I said, you didn't know you have them, or you know what I mean, things like that. So you either move on and find someone new and apply this knowing, this awareness now to it to make more of a successful relationship. But you got to make a choice. I feel like no one's going to be comfortable to date you while you still have that door open, because it's like they're going to sense that they're not the only person you're dating. You know what I mean? Like if you're talking to a man, he's going to always think you have another person hiding, like you're dating someone else, and it's because you got this door open still. Okay, healing heart. I feel like your heart has to heal. Your heart had to heal. That's why I said this was time well spent. It made your heart heal, which is being able to see your faults and where you went wrong. And then I feel like that is when you could finally go to the closure. I feel like your subconscious is trying to say that you couldn't make a decision on that door until your heart was healed, and now your heart is healed, so you can actually probably go back and close that door properly or repair the relationship. Or and I feel like or you I feel like but you if I don't think you can actually just move on without like I said, like cutting the cord in a sense. And that's like, I don't know, that's kind of like, that's like a harsh way to talk, to do something to anybody. So it's like No one really actually does that. A lot of people leave their doors open, skeletons in the closet, things like this. I feel like it haunts you. It'll be around you like a ghost, like an energy that you have another woman or another man in your life, and you most likely do not. The Strength card. Okay, so I feel like basically you need to have closure on this, and the other person does too. Okay, that's like that way the hearts stay healed. I feel like something like that. Like you couldn't go back and make a normal decision until like you were at a certain point. Basically, the riddle it wasn't, and you weren't gonna be able to make any type of. Maybe you needed to detox. Okay, lots of chemicals go off when you like fall in love and when you have a chemical attraction with somebody and things like this. Lots of chemicals go off in your brain. Okay, so it's like the cards are suggesting basically once if you spent time apart from this person, those chemicals detox out of your system. Now you can make a more balanced decision. You know what I mean? Like, and then that's usually like I said when people see what they've done wrong and they have like they come full circle, and then they want what I mean? Like I said, and then you're faced with the choice of moving on with this info and trying something with someone new, or going back and trying again with this person. I feel like you should at least. What I would do is I would if I'm thinking of that person. That's how I would say. I'd be like, this is because I like that person. I like you. I like them. I need to see until I don't like them. All right. Now, if I go to them and they're not available and they tell me no, I'm not interested. Door is closed. Okay. Oh, you're not. All right. That's fine. I was. I'm all right. I don't have a broken heart over it. I'm not gonna be upset about it. I'm accepting it. You know what I mean? That's kind of like what your subconscious is trying to get you to. They're trying to get you to a healthy point to where you can accept any rejection if you go back and try to be with that person. Even if you've had a lot of fault or not, I feel like just going back to that person is like some type of ego issue. And I feel like it's something you need to like get over because I feel like there's no reasons not to do that, especially if you like them. I feel like you're only punishing yourself. It's just that simple. If you like that person, and then you end up trying to date new people and you still think on that person, like then you should be around that person regardless if you guys got in an argument or you guys something. Even if you're just friends, maybe see where it goes. Follow the leader. I feel like see what that person wants to do. But you should express to them that no matter how long it's been, you still think about them. This is why so many exes come back because they're trying to see if the other person is and that's when the ex gets closure. But a lot of people like to elude the other person or something, you know what I mean? But I feel like you'll get a straight answer out of this. And they either want to be with you or they don't. And I feel like they do, just because, like I said, the doors are, the thoughts are there because the door is open. The choice is there to be made because the door is open. The door would be shut if this person was moved on. I feel like even if they're in another romantic cycle, I feel like that door's still open. That other person just isn't sensitive to the energies or isn't caring of it. Okay, but origins, remember your roots. So it's making me think of some type of issue maybe when you were younger. I don't know. This is about being yourself. Opening up. Maybe someone's eluded you to how you treat a partner. Something like this. Shush, shush, shush. I'll give you another treat when we're done. I'm almost done. He's such a baby. Anyways, I feel like with origins, it's like you have to get back down to like your root. You have to remember who you are, things that you do. You have to remember that you have a temper. You know what I mean? Like you have to remember certain things about yourself. And I feel like you only discover this during some alone time that you have. Some people are quicker than others and they don't require much alone time, but some people are slower than others and they do. They just take longer to heal or take longer to think or something, right? So I feel like it's in its own time. So I feel like this person, maybe this past person, exposes things that you might have buried in you. I feel like maybe insecurities that you have buried away that you don't know. Maybe I don't know, they do something with this. That might be what triggered so many commitment tests. I don't know. You were testing this person's commitment. You must have. That's what I said. If you were testing their commitment so much, you must have really wanted to commit to them. Really wanted it to be successful, right? I feel like so. It's like if you see that you had issues or you notice what the issues were, and you're gonna apply them to correct yourself, you might as well try them with this person. I feel like they're the ones that exposed it, type of thing. Like if you have a partner and you have a problem, you gotta work through it with that person. You don't just leave them. Especially if you figure out you have a problem, you come, you know what I mean? You're supposed to go back to them and like kind of try to work it out. As I say, you need to know what that person's up to. I feel like they'll answer the question alone. Okay, cooperation. Take the hand offered or asked. Okay, so I feel like this person's probably more than happy to like offer you a hand, give you advice, things like this. And I feel like that's the whole follow the leader, the stubbornness. You don't really like to take their lead. You don't like, this is somebody that maybe was right and you were wrong. You don't like to be wrong. And I feel like this is somebody that you're trying to be committed to. I feel like if you're going to be wrong to anybody, at least that would be your partner. You know what I mean? That means they're right when you're wrong. When you're wrong, they're right. So you're like full coverage type of vibe. I don't explain that. Basically, that makes a good pair. Something like that. This person's very cooperative. I feel like so. Regardless of whether or not you guys end up dating or wanting to date after you get this closure, they're cooperative. I feel like if you don't want to be with them and you do want to move on, you say you did find someone romantic and new, and you're having problems with them. I feel like go back and close the door with this person. They think it's still open. Maybe you don't realize it's open. And I feel like they're gonna be cooperative about it. I feel like, but this person, there's a sense of not wanting to go back to this person, like because you don't want to admit that they were right or something. Like they were right about you. I want to say, like they expect, like you don't want them to be like, oh, like they were expecting you to come back. And I feel like if they expect you to come back, it's because they want you to come back. It's not really because they're really expecting you, or it's because they see it as because they would come back. So they're like kind of like trying to see if you're their match. So if they expect you to come back, I feel like it's because, I don't know, that means you guys do have some type of bond. Either way, they accept you basically for who you are. They must already know that you have a temper. They must expect you to maybe you need a lot of time, or maybe you need time to blow off your anger or something. You're just someone that gets angry. I feel like this person understands you. As I say, they're cooperative. And I feel like the whole time this new romantic cycle begins is like hanging in the balances, like literally hanging in the balance. Alright? Like you have someone like on pause because of this, and I feel like that's not fair to that person. I feel like, so if anything, you need to go close that door with that. You need to basically you need to have only one of these doors open. You need to make a choice. And I feel like in order to make the right choice, you need to go back and talk to that other person. And then if the door will like close itself because the person's not interested, or it won't. I feel like my card suggests it won't. You guys will get back together. But then you must go and close this new romantic cycle begins door, because this person's like expecting you to like follow through a bit with some things or something, like they're liking, I don't know, then you'll end up with that door open and that can cause you problems. So overall, that's basically the message there. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like 10 of Pentacles, origins, cooperation, and Mystic Star. I feel like that last person was good except for this. Like whatever happened between y'all. It spoiled it, it ruined it, something. Some insecurities of yours caused a bunch of issues. I feel like a bunch of minor issues that ended up with like a big issue. They just piled up. And I feel like, and this person might have been more than willing to work it out with you or something, but you didn't want to because you don't do that. And the redneck card, I feel like this person somehow kind of knew you. They maybe said like, I figured you were mad and I wanted to give you time. And now that there's been time, would you like to come over, talk, and basically make up from our argument or something? And I feel like, and you maybe never gave them that or did anything with that. And then that's how the door got left open. Okay. So I feel like, but overall, with this person, my cards say it's a 10 of Pentacles situation with a 10 of Hearts situation and a King of Wands situation. Okay, but I feel like, but in the clouds, I feel like quietly, like I don't know, like it's not like, I don't know, it's just like really good, private, sexy, fun time. Okay, and you like this person, and you still like them. So there's no point in starting anything new, especially if you have something open. And if you already have, it's saying to go to put it on pause and make sure that you want to close this door or close this door with that person and or see if this person whatever. I feel like you have to get closure with this, and I feel like it's gonna end with you leaving it open and closing the other door. So overall, I feel like all of this has to do with coming out of your shell, because your shell is where you're hiding the insecurities. I feel like you might be insecure about people accepting that you have a temper, so you might hide this. I feel like this maybe caused the problem. Maybe you have jealousy issues and this gives you a temper. This caused the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you maybe hid it instead of talking with this person, and it made this person maybe think wrong things. Overall, it was your own insecurities that caused basically that relationship to not be successful. I feel like this person might have had insecurities too, but overall they're willing to work them out with you. I feel like you weren't. You were stubborn, and you still are. And the cards and your subconscious are saying to stop being stubborn. Every other time it was fine to be stubborn, but they're like, there's a reason why you don't want, like, why you want to, like, why you still think on this person. There's a reason for it. It's because that rule is to, like, just, you know what I mean? Because it's a good, okay, this person's an exception to the rule. There you go. And when you meet an exception to the rule, you know, you figure out why they're so exceptional. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's probably why you can't let them go. And I feel like you need to let them go, and they need to let you go if they haven't already. And the best way to do that is to, I feel like, talk to them. I feel like you don't know nothing about their situation. Okay, and it's gonna prevent you from if you don't have any new romantic cycles starting right now, it's gonna happen when you finally do. So I feel like if you're not romantically involved with anyone right now, go back now and take the time now. Well, you know what I mean? That way you can either just be with that person, and that way you're available for the next person if you don't want to be with that person. But overall, you need to discuss things with them or something like this. But either way, I hope you enjoyed, and that brings you some insight. Okay?